Good morning. Hopefully you can all hear me. It's time to finish the towers. And drink some coffee and wake up. Let's see. Down. Let me pull up the pictures that I took. There. Oh, should probably finish this. better go put on some gear. Hey, Jubo. Did you guys ever get the mission to run last night, or am I going to do a server rebuild today? Lots of glitches. I hope it's not a corrupt world, though I do have backups of that world. I'd hate to start doing. Hey, Uppers. Alright, I will do a server rebuild this morning. Then I'll go in there and see if I can get it to trigger. Oh, thanks, Jubo. Not bad, Uppers. How are you? Just trying to move along my build. Lots to do, lots to do. Gonna finish the outside of the towers today, I think. Waiting for my coffee to cool a little bit. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's moving along. It's probably the biggest build I've ever done. For sure. Well, it's all recorded. It's all on my live stream. If you're ever really curious after, I'll try to help define the part that you're looking for. There was a lot of mistakes. There was a lot of going back and redoing things and laying things out. And I had a rough idea of what I wanted, but actually getting the game to cooperate sometimes isn't always that easy. As you know. The game cooperates. Yeah, occasionally. Occasionally it does. It does indeed. Mm. No, it does it for more than just me. I just build a lot. Oh, please. Now you guys are getting ridiculous. Snap in there. And that's sticking out just a little bit. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it. See, it doesn't cooperate right now. No. They are the same as the granite columns, if I remember properly. It's still the number one for stability is still the adamant pillars and all the components, either the one-story one, the two-story one, or the individual pieces. Followed by my new favorite piece, which is a giant fat square, this thing, the ancient fair block or the ancient, just the ancient block, whatever, whichever one. That's the second strongest, and it's tied with the inverted stair. The inverted stair is as strong as that block. So those are the three for horizontal. Vertical, everything's the same now, but horizontally, those are the best pieces for strength, and not by a huge margin, by the way. It's not like you're gonna save yourself a ton. No. Okay, that's a mirror of that side now. Yeah, I'd start with when it comes light, I'll show you what I did, but I'd start with the two-story adamant pillar tucked into the surface about halfway that you want to extend from. And then you build that out a few rows, and then you can add your, your bigger blocks or whatever. All right, coffee time. Hopefully it cooled enough. I hate burning my face first thing in the frickin' morning. All right, next screenshot. Where's my screenshots? Mm. Oh, well, thank you, Eppers. Yeah, I like my coffee. Just don't like burning my mouth first thing in the morning. Well, oh, it's almost 1 o'clock there, isn't it? Of course, I'm doing the math off the top of my head. Uh, I'll DM you a question on DC that I keep forgetting about. Don't answer on stream or you might be inundated. Oh, it's close to 1:30. Okay. Yeah. Wow, I've been doing this longer than I thought. Okay, well, go ahead and DM me your question. Are we talking the city or are we talking, well, I guess I'll find out, comic books, because if it's comic books, I'm a Marvel guy. My wife's DC. Oh, Discord. Okay. All right. Yeah, that was a because I introduced my wife to the fantasy genre. She had read Tolkien, but nothing else. And when we were dating, we went over the basics. I'm a Marvel comic book guy and a Star Wars fan, and she's a Star Trek fan and a DC comic girl. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna learn to live to tolerate everyone else's stuff. And I watch all the DC and Star Trek stuff, and she watches all the Star Wars stuff. And it's worked out. I mean, I don't hate the other stuff. It's just so when you say DC, I'm like, I don't know what. Oh, what the heck did I just hit? Okay. I guess I accidentally hit the destroy button. Doggone it. I hate it when I make a mistake like that. Let me look at Discord to see your question. Oh, absolutely. To answer your question, absolutely. All right, all right, all right, all right. What am I doing? What am I doing? I go back and finish what I was doing over here. You know, I probably should have put in those other. That was stupid, John. Why did I do that? All right. Oh, ad break. I don't even see the notifications. I got to work on those notifications and stuff. That, and I'm not so sure people are still triggering my sounds or whatever. Special K gave me a whole bunch of graphics I've got to add here shortly. Yes, with the decorative alternate edges. So, reinforcement of really tall buildings in the corners. Um, Always a good idea, particularly with really tall structures with towers, cathedrals. That's why they have flying buttresses, which you saw Davey do, and um, Miss Kasumi did a version. I did a version here that I wanted to be different, but Um, they all add basically shearing force, structure, reinforcement, and height enforcement. Of course, in a lot of buildings, the bottoms of the walls are thicker than the top of the walls for stability purposes, though it's hard to tell that all the time. Not universal, but many old buildings. And I don't mean buildings like in the US. I mean buildings like overseas. You know, old buildings. Sometimes we forget how, considering the rest of the world, we're a pretty young country, so our architecture and buildings are a lot younger. I did. I just did. I just noticed. Everybody wants me to eat. It's funny, in real life, I don't have any problem with eating. It's part of my problem. Um, oh, I better destroy that first. Yeah, I am immortal right now because I took the, I have the piece on, just in case I fall. I'm not interested in all that crazy go back and get your body type thing. Yeah, I've tuned it out for sure. Come on, click in there. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna have to climb up there. Fine. Reminds me of my grandmother. It's number one solution to everything. You must be hungry. Why don't you eat? Of course, she grew up during the Great Depression, so food's important. Oh, don't be jumping up here now. Now you don't want to snap right. Okay. All right. Have a good second sleep, Jubo. So I'll give you a quick tour of up here. Uppers. So this is the front of the cathedral at the top of Durin's Tower, or the mountains, the top of the mountains, top of the endless stair, I should say. And it's got 4 towers, one in each corner, large central entrance. And I've tried to incorporate pieces like the type of stairs with the slanted reinforcements and the other stuff that we saw in Durin's remnant of the tower. But I added lots of, you know, color offset on the bottom part, And then I got the pure white as you get up into the clouds, with only a little bit of accent at the top. But I also reinforced everything down here. So there are 2 floors worth of stuff down here. That's the beacon. So I built all the way out across the beacon. And I built a pavilion, which I'll show you in a minute. So I've extended this area out quite a bit. Okay, so here's going to be a garden pavilion. I put the green facing the areas that get the most sunlight. That's going to be the continuation of the endless stair. I haven't finished that yet. So this is the tunnel that was on across the like the direction I'm facing right now is where the beacon was. And if you remember, there was like that little bridge before you crossed over to go fight the 2 trolls. This is going to be a dormitory of some type. I haven't finished this. But I will. I'll get it all decked out. Put a bunkhouse here of some type. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. But I do like that, how I plugged that hole in the middle. I thought it's the first time I had tried to do that. By the way, this whole area didn't exist. You'll notice the top of the adamant pillars that I used for reinforcement. So here's the bell rug, just so you get oriented. So if you look there, I bridged the entire span with touching rows of 2-story adamant pillars, and then flushed it out with the inverted stairs. This is incredibly stable. And I did the same thing up here to jut it out a little bit. So adamant pillars on the bottom, using the stairs to jut it out a little bit to make it nice and even. And I have not touched this building yet. But this will be multiple stories tall and go right up to the top. You'll be able to get to the top of that building from up here. I haven't touched any of this yet. So it's, in my experience touring around the world, it's not uncommon to have a different color building behind a cathedral, usually built at a different time, but some of the same patterns. So here you see the red brick block and white, as opposed to the white with granite. And so let's see. So this is going to be a large meeting banquet hall. You can see the top of the cathedral, and then above the banquet hall, which is 2-story, you will have 4 single stories, each with 2 apartments. And I'm still under construction, so. This is jutted out the same way, by the way, back here. Though the build space back here isn't as wide, it literally stopped me from building anymore. So again, adamant columns in the corner and sunken on the inside, and then the stairs. Okay, let me jump down here. All right, this is the endless stair. I've rebuilt it in the form that it was originally as much as I can, though I haven't fixed that yet. I just haven't gotten to it. I will. And we're still missing a couple of pieces. I got to file a bug report. But that archway, which I have been begging for effing ever, is still a piece we cannot build. That archway and this little corner right here, that's actually, there's a horizontal one, a vertical one, and two sizes built into the game. And this archway comes in one piece or two pieces. And none of those are in the game right now. Toby put them in his mod, his More Buildings mod. I found them in the game. That wasn't hard. They're just not available to us yet. I'm going to put in a bug report showing them that, and hopefully they'll do it. But there's... Now, I will say they did give us most of them. Most of the pieces. That bottom piece as well is missing. It's in the old set that they took away. Anyway. All right. Let's go back. So if you come to the endless stair, you can get out here. Ignore that. I'll move that after. I should probably... Before I forget, I'm going to remove these. All right. So, you can come down here. This is where you first come out of the endless stair. I don't know what I'm going to do with this area. I cleaned it up. I extended it like I did the rest because I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. There's the wooden pavilion. Got the white tree. Anyway, you can come up. You could use the stair, or you can come up this way. You come into the pavilion. That's going to be gardens. And then this is back in the endless stair, or my continuation of it. You can come out onto the main level. It is really tight here. I was off by 2 blocks. I'm not sure where I was off by 2 blocks, but by the time I found it, I had already spent like 5 days building, so that wasn't gonna get fixed. Anyway, I did a switchback in the middle. Instead of doing it around, I wanted an entryway, and I wanted it to line up. So if you look at this, you can get from the endless stair, the continuation of the endless stair, into the feast hall. Now this will be a kitchen area. And I use the lodge set for accents. Then this is the banquet hall. And I like how the shadows come through the windows, kind of make patterns on the ground. I mean on the walls. It looks cool. And I did a checkerboard pattern. We'll go down into the basement in a minute. But this will be the two apartments. Here's an apartment. And here's an apartment. I haven't built them yet, obviously. Let me jump down. Okay. So I'm going to continue the endless stair until I guess there's a maximum height where your dwarf kind of disappears. I'm going to go just under that. Here's the back side of the cathedral. Alright, I will go down into the basement. So this is a hanging ceiling on a grid work. This is underneath the red building in here. There's like a basement catacomb type area. Had a little setup here. Here, let me sleep so we can see it in the light. Because you want to see the cathedral in the light. Alright. I guess we'll just go up a... So these stairs just go all the way up. They're the same design. I just made sure that they aligned with the floors so you could get to the various floors. And then I did a switchback in the middle as you come up to the parapet. You can see some of the dental molding I put at the top. Hey, Cal. Cal's been watching me pretty regularly. I'm sure he's bored by now. Anyway, so obviously you can see the other tower from there. The roof is just plain. There's nothing going on with the roof. Alright, so now we'll go back down to the first floor. Oh, that's not the first floor. Alright. Alright, don't look, don't look, don't look. Okay. Now, when you come in to the front, look through the doorway. Now, up there, not on the roof, but on the sides, you can't really see it, but until you get up near the top. Oh, you can see it there. There's gold in between each one of those archways. So when the light hits it right, it glitters. It's pretty cool. And so when you come in, there's... I didn't want the huge hearth here. I wanted a medium-sized hearth, so I built one like the old way we used to do it. And got Durin's throne, and of course, Mahal would want a forge and furnace. And there are tiers and balconies up there. And I'll tell you what I'll do with those in a second. And I made it a lot of open windows. We're going to put up banners. I tried to put just enough of the granite pieces to give accent without it going crazy. I wanted the white to stand out. Now, if you go in back of the furnace, there is a way to get to the feast hall. This is the feast hall again. Anyway, I got gold inlaid back there. It does glitter a little bit. Okay, now we can take any one of these four up to the upper level. Now the top, I don't know what I'm going to do at the top yet. Right now there's a hearth up there that's glowing, and because of the slope on the very top, I couldn't do anything. But in these alcoves on the second level, not this level is going to have bookcases and rugs and furniture and like a library study area. I guess the monks or whatever are gonna, the dwarves that do research and study, the scholars will be here. And then up there, in each one of those cubbies is going to be a display. And it's going to have weapons and armor, all the different weapons and armor we can create. And they'll be up there. And you can get up there with these stairs. So I'll be able to do that. Put these here. This is still under construction. But all that's up here, I wish we had a ladder. I would have put a ladder there instead of the rope ladder. I think the rope ladder looks cheesy. But I didn't want to take the space. There was no good place to put in a stair. Anyway. Okay, you can cross in back of the forge. And it's the same on this side. It's a mirror image. And that's all I've basically done so far. So you can start to see the gold in between those. I guess I could free cam it. Yeah, when the light hits it just right coming in, it actually glitters. Too bad we don't have gold that faces down. I would have done it for each one of those as well. Well, I've slowed down my building. Haven't built as much, haven't entered contests in a while. I am entering this one though. I'm going to enter this contest for sure. And get to build with the white and red sets and all the new pieces. Oh, like, oh. I do love the building part of this game. That's for sure. Never tried to hide it. Alright, where was I? We were over here building a tower. Yes, that's what I was going for. The Gothic Cathedral look. Picture. I took pictures of the towers so I can mirror them appropriately. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's all the fit and finish and trim that sucks up all the time. And I know I went a little elaborate on this, but just a little. Flower boxes to the balconies. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I wanted an area for the greenery. I just didn't want it in the cathedral itself. That's just a personal choice of mine. Hey, Tanik. Where am I? Oh, nope. Okay, what did I destroy? Oh, okay. Now, oof. The build is getting big, guys. When you can delete something and 3 minutes later it disappears, and you're like, oh crap. Oh, is that off? Oh, crap. I don't have the right angle on it. I'm gonna have to. Oh, close that. Okay. Okay, Cal. Last English pub I went to here, my wife and I wanted a good meal, um, like a shepherd's pie or something like that. You know, just a nice comfort meal, or fish and chips or something like that. And there's a couple of places owned by folks from Britain here in the Washington D.C. metropolitan area in Northern Virginia and Maryland. And so we go out and we don't realize that we should have checked the schedule because Manchester United was playing, and let's just say the place almost turned into a riot. This was a few years ago. I don't pay enough attention to soccer to really or European football to really care, but it I thought they were going to literally come. I mean, people were drunk, it's kind of crazy, and they were screaming and yelling, and there was some pushing, and I was like, holy crap. So yeah, avoid the crazy soccer fans. I guess is what I'm saying. I totally get it. Our waiter at the time, I'm like, we just wanted a meal. He's like, bad day to come for that. uh, so now before we go, we check. Oh, I I've been to I think I've been to most of Europe. I I had a team um of like 300 people in the company I worked for back in the day. Um and spread out between Dublin, um so Dublin, London, uh Hamburg, Germany, Munich, Germany, um let's see. And then we had business deals in Italy, Germany, Czechoslovakia. There were a bunch of different. No, not Czechoslovakia. I think we tried and couldn't form a deal there. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time, and not to mention I like visiting. Um, Part of my family is Welsh, Irish, and Italian, so I like visiting those places a lot. Oh, crap. Oh, I did not want to do that. I gotta put that back. That and I visited, like, I used to have several hundred people in India, Bangalore. So I used to spend a lot of time in Bangalore. Used to go for a month at a time, 3, 4 times a year. It's all good, Cal. No, no, I know the difference between American football and soccer. Um, it's all it's all relative to where you are. Ah, why did you delete what was above my head? Alright, that's starting to get really annoying now. Of course, a lot of Americans would be mad at me for saying this, but I never understood why American football, which is largely played with your hands, and soccer, which is, hands are pretty much banned unless you're the goalie. Um, you figure they would have called American football something else, but I'm sure that would make a lot of Americans unhappy. I do like American football normally. My team is sucking the last few years, so haven't been overly enthused with my team. But uh, this one is a little different. I wanted to vary it. Well, handball sounds a little weird to an American, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be football. when you use your hands to play it for sure. Why won't you snap in place? There you go. Yeah, fair. Why are you red? That was weird. Okay, let's destroy part of the wall. I really don't want to this roof. I really don't want to destroy. But I gotta wedge that little piece in there. Yeah, handball sounds like badminton or one of those pickleball or one of those racquetball. It sounds like one of those sports. I played 2 sports in school, and I was by no means good. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not a professional ball player. But the 2 sports I did like the most is American football, also known in the United States as just football, and hockey, because I'm from upstate New York. So at least hockey's the same in Europe. Oh, you have to say ice hockey in Germany? I don't ever remember my German friends correcting me on that. Maybe they just knew that I meant. Of course, field hockey really wasn't as popular when I was little or when I was over there a lot. I mean, it existed. It's just was never as popular. Is it really popular now, Eppers? Field hockey? Yeah, that looks good. All right, onward we go. Oh, gotta eat. Or maybe that field hockey's not what you're talking about. Indoor hockey. Well, you play, at least here in the U.S., you play in an arena indoors ice hockey. It's just on a frozen skating rink. Ice hockey fans, people also just say hockey. Field hockey isn't super popular at all. So what is indoor hockey? Yeah, we play field hockey outside on a similar to a soccer field or you know, what you call football field. I guess you can play indoors if you have a field big enough. Oh, those are missing. Oh, okay. So it's very similar, just one played inside, the other one played out. Okay. I don't think we make the distinction. Like you can play ice hockey outside on a natural ice rink or pond. We used to do that as kids. And then of course you always hope no one falls through the pond to their death, but you know, small niggling details. I forgot to put these in. But we don't call it any different. So if ice hockey's played outside um, or inside, it's still called ice hockey. Oh, I'll look that up later. I know my nephew played field hockey in college. He became a civil engineer, went to the University of Virginia, or no, Commonwealth University of Virginia. That's my only exposure to really that sport. It wasn't popular up north when I grew up. It's probably now. Seems like it's picked up popularity. Well, even in the United States where ice hockey is really popular, you know, the northern states, New York, Vermont, right, Michigan. Not that we don't have hockey everywhere now, but um, they're all the colder states. So playing inside when it's, you know, where I grew up, you hit a couple weeks a year of -30, -40 degree Fahrenheit weather. Um, that is well below zero. So cold that your skin freezes within minutes. I mean, you got to play indoors. It's just not safe. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna have to go. I didn't finish raising up those towers. Should probably build them all to the max height before I start doing more. Wow, that was really fast. Ad break. I haven't adjusted it. You know, originally I was not going to do any of that. I They were like, "Oh, we'll give you revenue," and I'm like, "No, I don't want ads." And then they came out on Twitch and said, "Oh, we're gonna give people ads regardless if you sign up and be a partner or whatever they call it." And, and I'm like, "Well, if you're gonna force people to do ads anyway, fine." But I wasn't interested in that at all. No, that is not right. Uh-oh. I did not plan on these two buildings touching. Crap. Hmm. There it is. Oh, that is not touching. Hmm. Well, I knew I was 2 spaces off. That is unfortunate. Bah. Nothing I can do about it now without rebuilding a crap ton, so that ain't gonna happen. Is that what I have it set to? Fewer long breaks? I probably didn't change it from default, to be honest. But if y'all like it, that's fine. Okay, why are you... I gotta finish getting StreamerBot set up so it announces all that stuff. Oh, no, I shouldn't have to put anything there. Oh, thanks, Cal. All right. Yeah, I will, Eppers. I'm sure Davey did. Well, thank you, Cal. But if you ever have to move it, I don't do this for the money. Quite honestly, I'm not regular enough. But if there's somebody else that does rely on it for income, feel free to move it. You won't offend me ever. Um, this is my fun job, not my work job. And there are others trying to make a living at doing this, and God bless them. I don't know if I could do that. I'd have to, I guess I'd have to play more than this game. For sure. Don't get me wrong, I like putting on a nice stream that people can watch and it's relaxing and stuff like that, but never planned on making a career out of it. never been a popular person, so never had hope of doing anything like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this is the game that excites me. I'm not saying I'll never have another game. It's just right now I don't have another game, and so I'm perfectly happy with this one. And I've played other games. Just when my grandson goaded me into, telling me I wasn't cool because I didn't stream and all the cool people streamed, I'm like, okay, gauntlet thrown. Bring it on. And then I liked helping people and playing and that type of thing. No, he didn't, but he watches now. I mean, we gave him an old PC. For Christmas, he just got a PlayStation. I offered him the game. I said, I'll buy you the game if you want to play with, Nana and I. And I think he's intimidated by the game. I mean, he's 10, so it's a little young. Most of the stuff he plays looks like, Mario Brothers or Mario Kart or stuff like that. Oh. But it wouldn't be impossible for him to play this game. So I offered, but he's not interested. But he watches the stream and he makes comments, and he read The Hobbit. A couple months ago. So at least we're starting him off on the right foot there. Okay. This tower is done. Should be the same height. Barely touched. Wasn't supposed to touch. That's why I was off by 2 blocks down there. I should have realized that 2 block off I should have rebuilt. But I had built so much by then. Oh. Oh, yes. Yes. That's true, Eppers. We just give it to him in a year when he's ready. That's weird. Did you guys see that? I got glitched. Oh, it's after 9. I don't think the sound is off, is it? Can you hear me? My sound shows on my side. It's just very quiet because I'm up at the top of the sky and all you hear is the wind blowing. Oh, it's all good, man. Yeah. How are you doing, Angus? Colors are same as Minster. Oh, cool. Yeah, today the grandkids are coming over. I don't think the oldest grandson's that excited because obviously he doesn't have his PlayStation and all the games here. But should be a good day. I'll get in some more building. And then I got wiki work to do. Can't forget that. When I need a break from building, I'll do a few more pages, just a few more, and then a few more. Try to get through it this week when I'm off. No, I get it. That wasn't a comment, Eppers. It was just Me talking out loud about what I'm going to be doing, just thinking. I've had the browser open to the wiki page now for a while. I just haven't gotten back to it yet. I really wanted to enter this Duran's build contest. It's been a while since I've entered one. So I definitely wanted to do this. Let's see. I'm glad you didn't hear it like that, because I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I steal a lot of stuff, Angus, from other people. I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. Or, oh, I like the way that looks. Or, ooh, I never thought of that before. That's why the community is, I think, so strong, because we share a lot. That, and it's a lot more fun to do it playing off each other and doing it together than alone. I know when the game first started, there was a builders guild. And we were always trying to pool our resources and duplicate them with the save game trick, where you take a copy of the game and you use the world, and then you restore a copy of your storage world. Anyway, we used to compete a lot back then. Oh, look what I built. Look what I built. Oh, how do we get it stable? Because it used to crash. You know, the pieces used to fall down a lot. Well, it's one of the few carved pieces we get. I mean, it's got a lot of character, I think. I mean, you look at it and you're saying, well, that's a really nice piece. It adds a lot of detail. There are other pieces like it in the game, but this is the only one we really have access to. Hey, Nublix. Sorry, was in the zone for a minute. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I try to use it to add a little bit of flair. The way I see dwarven construction, sturdy, last centuries. Did I use the wrong floor? Oh, I hope I. Wood is an accent, but it's not really a preferred building material. Oh, that's my wife. Hold on. Oh, it's 9:30. My wife needs me. All right. I've got to get going. I will talk at you all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.